After all that crying about Xbox Series S graphics, performance and specs, Remedy delivers fantastic game for Xbox, PlayStation and PC, Alan Wake 2, and let me tell you this, Alan Wake 2 really runs and looks good on Xbox Series S. So what they were really complaining about? Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about Alan Wake 2 and Xbox Series S performance, specifically in that game. There was a bit of controversy surrounding Xbox Series S. Hey, not the first time I guess, right? Every once for a while we get these developers or some other journalists complaining about this console, and I get it, like not everyone has to be fan of that small consoles. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it either. I'm more into Xbox Series X and PC really when it comes to graphics and performance. But at the same time, when you are a developer, you should actually care about your consumers, I would imagine, right? And then you hear developers complaining about Xbox Series S, how big of a mistake this console was and stuff. And I'm not necessarily saying that Remedy guys were saying that Xbox Series S was a mistake on Microsoft's part. I think that everyone understands why Microsoft delivered that console. I think it did pay off for Microsoft a bit, at least at the very beginning of the generation. But obviously that the extra SKU, other different specs, that's more work for developers. And that's why we keep hearing more and more developers complaining about this console, how extra work has to be put in optimizing for this console and stuff. And that was the case with Remedy. Now the interesting thing is that after all that complaining that Remedy, at least one guy made, although I did see like 2 or 3 comments and interviews from other developers from Remedy actually did deliver a very good product, right? So yeah, they were complaining, but in the end they did deliver, because let me tell you, Xbox Series S, or should I say Alan Wake 2 on Xbox Series S is a very good game. Not only gameplay wise and genuinely from gameplay perspective, but also technically wise. So for those of you that don't know, Xbox Series S runs Alan Wake 2 in 30 frames per second. It's pretty much locked 30 frames per second, and graphics wise it's pretty much the same graphics settings as on Xbox Series X in performance mode, but obviously at lower resolution and lower frame rate, right? But you would expect that from Xbox Series S because it offers 4 teraflops, not 12. So something has to give. But other than resolution and frame rate, you are actually getting pretty much the same experience as on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So that just goes to show that yes, developers will complain, and let's face it, developers always will find something to complain about. Back in the days, they were complaining about PlayStation 3 being powerful but very complex to program to. Now they've got x86 consoles, and they still complaining even though the optimization process is much easier now and stuff. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be harsh on developers, because yeah, developing games is, from what I'm hearing, a very difficult thing to do, I can only imagine, right? But at the same time, I mean, it's just kind of weird that, they just keep complaining about all these things and stuff. Like, I get it. Complaining when you talk to people, for example, like other developers and stuff, when they discuss, problems they have to solve and stuff, that's fine. I get it, right? I mean, actually developing anything. I am actually a junior programmer myself too. I'm not in game development myself, but I'm writing parsers and that kind of stuff. So there is always a learning curve, and you always have to learn new things, new tricks, and everything, right? So developing for more platforms is extra work for developers. So I understand that they may not be happy about it, and they may not be happy about being forced or something on. But listen, if you decided to support that platform or the other, well, it is what it is, right? Another thing is just, it's kind of interesting that you see Xbox Series S now. Remedy, I would actually call it pretty much really the first proper next-gen game this generation, with mesh shader support and all that kind of stuff, and it delivers very good performance. Loading speeds are very fast. Actually, Xbox Series S and X actually runs loads faster than PlayStation 5 even. So that's pretty much that's the kind of testament to some of the comments on velocity architecture and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good, damn good. It may not be fast, but it's effective. That's the thing. Xbox Series S is not really holding anything back, that's for sure. If you put that extra work in optimizing for the console, you get good results. I would even say that optimizing a game for Xbox Series S and that extra work that some developers will have to put may actually pay off for Xbox Series X in the long run too, because they have to learn different weird tricks on Xbox they have to use on Xbox Series S. So yeah, that may translate to better performance on Series X too in the long run, but we'll see. So anyway, guys, Remedy's Alan Wake 2 is a very good game, great graphics, very solid performance on Xbox Series S, 4 teraflops, small consoles, and it really plays great, looks great. I'm talking about Alan Wake 2. Give it a try. It's a shame that it's only digital version. I would imagine that they will probably release a physical version later on too, just to get extra sales. I think that was a pretty smart decision on their part. Not necessarily pro-consumer, but in my opinion. But they may get some people to buy this game twice to play it now, and as a lot of people want to own games, so they will probably buy a physical copy too. I've seen a lot of games, actually a lot of publishers doing that with some other games. There's been a ton of other digital games that ended up on physical media later, like a year or 2 years later. So anyway, guys, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Did you play Alan Wake 2 already? Did you try it on Xbox Series S? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.